Thalassophobia is the fear of the ocean, specifically where it is open and deep. And pretty much everyone has this fear to a certain extent, but for me, oh man, I got it real bad, brother. Fuck man, just the thought of being here with my little toesies dangling down, oh, I hate it. And so previously I've made some megalophobia builds and structures, but this time around I'm going to create some builds in the ocean to trigger that thalassophobia fear in me and hopefully some of you too. So let's get bloody started. And well, what the fuck? This isn't bloody Minecraft, mate. That's right, this game right here, Subnautica, is filled with thousands of little spots that make my toes tingle and my nipples fully erect. Dude, some spots like this where it just like a sheer bloody drop off. Oh, yuck, bro, I hate it. And well, I just wanted to come to this spot specifically right here because oh, dude, I hate it. Yuck! Look at that. It goes so deep. Oh my god. Like, I cannot progress in the game because I cannot bring myself to go down there. It's just, like, my whole body is covered in goosebumps right now. So what I want to do is, like, take a screenshot of this area right here and try and replicate this in Minecraft. Like, with these little glowing things and just the absolutely massive hole. Because, like, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but this freaks me out right here. I can't deal with it. Alright, so here we are back in Minecraft. I'm in a large biomes world here in the middle of a deep, cold ocean. And I've just found a pretty nice spot down here in the ocean. We've got that bit of a cliff here that I will amplify a bit better. And we've got a spot here to add our hole in the ground. And so because we don't really want to be working underwater, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use world edit here. I'm going to go replace near, probably like bloody freaking 60, and kelp plant. And we're going to replace it with air. And that way we just kind of have this void in the ocean here to work with. I need a freaking replace goddamn seagrass too. All right, there we go. Now we're Gucci. And now it is time to head into the Axiom Blender mode. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is just start replacing some of this gravel here with stone, just because it is going to be annoying to work with. So stone it is. I also want to patch up some of these holes and just kind of bring this cliff out so it's a bit more of a flat cliff. I want it to look pretty creepy and kind of like in my reference picture. So yeah, I took a screenshot in Subnautica. That's the entrance there. And then we have another one for like the actual opening. God, I can't look at it any bloody longer. So in here, we're going to use the rock tool just to fill in these areas a little bit better. And then I should be able to use the melt tool here to kind of just flatten this wall off quite a bit better. Then what I want to do is just flatten all of this area with the elevation tool, just so we have a nice little area to work with here. There we go, just something like that. And we can also use our smoothen tool here and just smooth this cliff face off quite a bit. There we go, that's looking pretty good. We have a nice little area here to add in our opening. And so to do that, I don't really know what we're gonna do. Maybe the melt tool here. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna work pretty well. So our opening is kind of, ooh, okay, we might have to get a smaller brush here. Our opening, it's kind of like a long thing like this. And then it has a little separate bit that sticks out here. And so I don't really know the best way to just kind of continue this downwards. So I might just keep kind of spamming the melt tool here to achieve that. Alright, and there we go. That's a pretty good opening right there. We probably could get a little bit of smoothening going off here just to get it looking a little bit kind of, I don't know, smoother. You know what I'm trying to say? Just really top-notch, like, A-tier bloody commentary right here from me. You know, I've been doing YouTube for what, like 4 years now, and I still don't know how to explain shit as I'm doing it. It's kind of sad. Now I reckon it's time to add in like those little things you can see on the reference there. Plates of coral that like stick out around this area here. And we have like a bunch of ledges as well down there with like random little glowing mushrooms and stuff on them. All right, well, I guess the best blocks to use for that would be probably just some coral blocks here. So we can just start adding in like a bit of a plate that kind of sticks out. Oh, it's all dying because it's not in bloody water. Oh, you mongrel. Okay, it might be time to just add all the water back in. All right, so we have like a bit of an outer ring here of like some more pinky looking coral. So we'll get that slapped in real quick. And that's looking pretty good. We do also have like a bunch of little smaller ones on top here. So I will just add something like this in. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. And now we can just slap a bunch of like little corals on top of these just to add in a little bit of, detail. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we do have like these glowing mushrooms, but I don't really know how to add those in. I'm thinking possibly sea lanterns, maybe pickles. Like, it just looks a little bit out of place, I think. I feel like sea pickles, they're still going to emit light. They don't look exactly like the reference, but I mean, it's all about that light. That's kind of just what we want from that. And I think that's the closest we're going to be able to get there. Also, I think what I might do is, well, in the reference, it looks like pretty much all of like the rock beyond this top part here is like a darker rock. So I reckon we're just going to get this cobbled deep slate and bring this all the way up to kind of the entrance here. And what we might even do is use the noise painter here just to get some texture in there. So let's just see how that looks. And there we go. That's some nice little texture in there. All right. And that is looking much better. That looks awesome there. Now, a little little bit further down, we do have like a little bit of an end cove in here, and we'll get a sea pickle here too, just for some added light. And that's looking pretty good. Nice and little vibrant spot there. And now just a tiny bit further down here, we have another little bit of a ledge with some glowing mushrooms sticking out of it. All right, so I've got a couple of different candidates for some blocks here. So, oh, okay, never mind. We can't use that. Okay, we can use lightning rods. So that can be like a nice little mushroom stem there. And then we can use maybe pearlet. Oh, that might actually be bloody well perfect. I was going to try crying obsidian, but I just don't think that looks really mushroom-like. But this actually surprisingly looks bloody perfect. So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to scatter a couple of these around the place here. Oh, that looks so good. Those look like actual mushrooms. I mean, if you squint really hard. All right, and so there we have it. There is our completed first build. We've got our ledge here that just drops straight off down into a creepy looking cave. And oh my god, that actually gave me a little bit of goosebumps. I'm gonna say it's nowhere near as creepy as in Subnautica, mainly because I don't like know what's actually down there in the game. But in Minecraft, I know there's nothing creepy down there, but it still does kind of give off a little bit of that Thalassophobia vibe, just with a massive drop off. Yeah, I think that turned out pretty good. Okay, for my next build, we're getting substantially creepier with this image right here. So this is actually a real life thing. It's actually a statue that some artist made and put it in the bottom of like some water or something. And yeah, it's just this really creepy looking shark. And I just kind of want to try my best to recreate that in Minecraft. Okay, no, that definitely still looks really weird. Okay, I might call this one a bit of a failure, but at least we tried, okay? All right, next up, we have this reference right here. I'm pretty confident I'm going to be able to make this one almost bloody perfectly, okay? And so I'm viewing this as kind of like half of it, and I basically want to, you know, duplicate that on the right and flip it so that we get this like big ring hole thing that's going to go right smack bang here. So first of all, I'm going to get the old rock tool here, and I'm going to change it over to sand. I might just make this freaking massive, okay? Actually, or maybe a better way is using the painter tool here. Let's just replace all of this with sand. And what I might do is use the melt tool here. Actually, no, I've lied. Okay, we're going to use the rock tool to flatten off this area a bit and get rid of these holes. And then I reckon I'm going to use the elevation tool here to flatten off everything to the same level, just to make everything a little bit easier. Yep, perfect. Okay, now let's replace all this with sand once again. Next, melt tool. Okay, we're going to make this pretty big. This is going to be the size of our opening. Bang. I'm just going to keep clicking this down to get our deep ass hole. All right, that's pretty cool. And now I'm going to use the paint tool to add in just a bunch of black concrete down here to make it really dark and like, yeah, creepy feeling. That's perfect. I do want to get rid of this lava, so let's just go down here. Look at how dark this is. That's crazy. All right, now my next idea is to grab the melt tool once again. I'm going to make it a bit smaller, and I'm going to do just one ring kind of around this area like so, like that. And I might even do this a couple more times just to get it a little bit deeper. Okay, and that is looking pretty good. Next, what we're going to do is grab the slope tool here, and I kind of need to figure out how this works a little bit better. So as far as I know, we click here, and then we click here. Bang. Oops. Okay, yep, I've already not done it properly. So let's try that again. If I hold left click, now we're going to be able to paint like on a slope, basically from those 2 points that I've created there. And there we go. That's actually pretty good. And so what I can do is just set those 2 points. I got to hold left click after I've set that point. There we go. And that'll allow us to basically, yeah, do that. But yeah, that is looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. Like that saves us so much time trying to do it like by hand, basically. And we can even join up this area right here. Get like a bit of a different slope there. Now it is looking a little bit angular here. You can kind of see like, you know, the angles. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do another slope over here to kind of smoothen that out a bit better. And I'll do the same over yonder as well. There we go. That just kind of breaks that up a little bit better. All right, and there we go. There is basically our giant bum hole into the ocean. Looking pretty good. Now I'm just going to use the smooth tool here to smoothen all of this off and just give it a little bit of a final kind of polish. And so that is before smoothening. That is after smoothening. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Awesome. Now let's just fix up the rest of this water and take a look at it. All right, and there we... Oh my god, that freaked me out for a second. That's the shark we built. Fuck, man, that gave me full goosebumps. Okay, maybe it actually works pretty well. You just got to be really far away from it. But here it is. Here is our new build. Oh my god. Goosebumps covering my whole body. Nipples. I don't think they've been more erect in their life, honestly. You'd probably cut a block of cheese with these bad boys right now. But look at that. That is awesome. Let's take a look down the... Oh my... Okay. This build worked exceptionally. Oh... Okay, if you could see, okay, I know I say I get goosebumps a lot, but it's kind of insane how many are covering my body right now. That is insanely good. Oh my god. That's the thumbnail for the bloody video right there. Perfectly done. Well, saying that, I always change my frickin' mind, so we'll see, I guess. But that looks so good. I'm so happy with that, especially with these little glow squid here. It just kind of puts it in perspective of how massive this hole is. This turned out perfectly. All right, on to the next one. All right, this next one is actually just a random idea I just got from my head just then. No bloody reference needed, okay? So once again, let's go ahead and just replace all of this surrounding area, and I might honestly, what the hell, why did that not replace? Okay, I might just get a little bit of a larger area going here. Okay, this is pissing me off. It's because there's a freaking bubble column. Get out of here, mate. Yeah, I do want this one to take up quite a large area, so let's get like a bit of a rectangle shape going there. Yeah, that's pretty good. And so basically my idea for this one is to kind of have like an eye, like a big eye protruding out of the ocean, like looking outwards, and I kind of just want to shape this area kind of a little bit cylindrically so it looks like a big creature is kind of, I don't know, submerged or something. Honestly, I have no fucking clue. All right, we're just gonna see what happens. So we're gonna get the old melt tool out once again, and I'm just gonna start kind of carving away at the landscape here to get a bit of a cylindrical shape. I don't want anything too crazy because I want it to be a little bit subtle. Kind of like as if you were like swimming just like over this thing and you just saw this massive eye open up and just realized that there's a giant freaking creature underneath you. That's the idea, I guess. I don't know how well it's going to work, so we'll see. So there's our kind of rough shape there. What I might do is just go over this with the smooth tool, and I might even get this slope tool out once again and just kind of smoothen off the area between this, just so we don't have all these like weird holes kind of, you know, everywhere. All right, and so my idea is to have kind of the eye of this creature maybe just around this area here. So what I might do is grab the rock tool and just kind of use this to create a bit of an eyelid. I think that's going to help make it look a little bit creepier. Again, why isn't this letting me paint? This is pissing me off. Okay, this is working a little bit better. All right, so there is our eyelid shape, and I'm already feeling like this is not going to work very well. Might just get a little bit more like kind of detail and depth around this just to make it a little less flat, I guess. That should work well. And I was thinking maybe like a yellow kind of color in here would look nice. So maybe we could even maybe try some glowstone so it's nice and like illuminated. I know I said I was going to do like a subtle kind of thing, but I guess I've changed my mind. And then as for the iris, we can maybe grab some black concrete because that absorbs the light nicely here. Actually, we can probably just do this with the paint tool again. So I want like a nice slit eye like this, nice and creepy looking. And it's going to be a bit of like an elliptical shape like that. Oh, dude, that's pretty cool. That is looking pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. What the hell? Let's grab the paint tool. I want to get rid of all of this diorite and like the random frickin' ores and crap everywhere, just so we have a nice kind of uniform looking area around this at least. And then I reckon we could maybe get like some subtle kind of like stripes along this to showcase that it is like a big beast of sorts. I don't really know what block to do that. Something kind of unnatural, but still looks a little bit normal in the ocean. Maybe like something from the nether. Let's see how some warped nylilium would look down here. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. And get maybe some strips of it like this, kind of just like, maybe it tapers out towards the edges of the beast here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We'll just shrink down the brush size a little bit there towards the edges to just taper that out. That's looking pretty cool. Okay, there is our stripes, nicely tapered out there. I might add like a little bit, a couple of streaks around the eye here. Oh yeah, that looks so weird. Honestly, I'm super proud of that already so far. And so, unfortunately, there's no like nether plants that can go underwater, and there isn't really any weird looking plants, I guess, that we could get underwater other than just like coral. So I reckon what I'll do now is I'll fix up all of this water. Oh yeah, look at that. That actually worked pretty freaking well, dude. That looks eerie as heck, man. What the hell? The lighting wasn't done. Oh my god, that looks even better. What the hell? Oh, we're not even done yet and I've got goosebumps. Okay, continue on. Let's get the old painter tool. Okay, what we're gonna do is figure out a mask. Do we want to get tool masks here? And we want to paint a variety of coral only on top of the warped freaking shit here. And well, give me a second. I'm gonna try and figure this crap out, okay? Oh my god, I figured it out. Okay, so we have the mask set. Basically, we want to be replacing water blocks, but only the blocks that have warped nylilium below it. And now as we paint, bang, it's perfect. So I'm using the noise painter over here. I've added a bunch of corals and also water in here. And so honestly, I still feel like that's a bit too much coral. So I'm going to up the water percentage here so that we get a lot more water added back in and less coral. That's still a lot. I don't know if that's changing it or not, but Oh well, that's fine. So now we can just quickly and easily paint across all of this and just add in, you know, all the coral that we want above this to make these kind of stripes stand out a bit more. You know what? I might even actually add sea pickles into that too. I think that's going to look pretty nice. Bang, that is looking good. So we've got a little bit of light kind of scattered through there now too. That's looking awesome. I reckon we will get a little bit of seagrass added back in here. So what I'll do is I'll replace this block here with stone. This time I'll set our brush to have seagrass. We'll get in some tall seagrass. Now as we paint this, we should just get a light amount of kind of seagrass and kelp added between those. Yes, that is perfect. And bang, there we have it. So the idea is that you're swimming, you come across this awesome looking area with these like strips of coral and seagrass and kelp everywhere. And actually what I might do is I might just increase the tick speed for a second to get that kelp growing. There we go. Something looking a little bit more natural. So you're swimming along, checking out this awesome looking area, and then you come across this, something emitting light. Is it a lava pool? No. Let's have a look in here. Oh my god, that is a massive eyeball. And then basically fade to black, you get eaten, you're dead, okay? So there we go, that's the build done. I'm very proud of that. No freaking reference needed, idea straight from my bloody head. That is pretty cool. All right, we are now back in Subnautica because, yeah, for this next build, I kind of just want to create my own little biome here. Oh my god, what was that? Get the hell away from me, brother. Yeah, so down here, I don't actually know what this is called. It's like blood kelp forest or something like that. Sparse reef, something. But yeah. Oh my god, what is going on? There's so much shit happening. But yeah, this biome right here is pretty cool. Like, I love this like red kelp. I don't think we're gonna be able to add red freaking seagrass into Minecraft, but maybe we can do it with coral. But I like these like little podiums that stick up everywhere and how like kind of sandy it is. I don't know. I really like it. So I'm going to take a bloody screenshot right there, and we're going to try and recreate a little bit of a biome underwater in Minecraft. All right, so here we are. I've already kind of allocated the area for the biome. I've smoothed it off and painted a bunch of sand everywhere. I did record it, but of course, my microphone wasn't freaking working. And so taking a look at our reference picture here, as you can see, we have a bunch of like these podiums kind of around the place. And so the best way that I can think of to do that is to grab the old shape tool here. We're going to set our block to deep slate, and I'm just going to paste one of these in. And then what I'm going to do is just add a bunch of these around the place. Actually, I might just do 3 for now, because what I'm going to do is come back in here and make this look a lot more natural. So let's grab the, where is it? Sculpt bloody draw tool. And what I'm going to do is just kind of sculpt the bottom of this to make it feel a little bit more natural than it does currently, because right now it's just a freaking, you know, a cylinder sticking out of the ground. We want to add a bit of a base to this, and towards the top we want this to kind of fan outwards a little bit and get a little bit bulkier at the top. And that's looking pretty good. I think what I might do is actually kind of make this a little bit taller here. So I'm just going to select this entire thing. I'm going to scroll up a couple of times, and then to fill in this void here, we can just use the old stack tool. Select all of that, scroll downwards, and there we go, we filled that in. Here we go, something like that. That's looking really nice. Then we can grab the painter tool to just replace the top here with some sand, because that's how it is in our reference. We have like a nice sandy top here, and then I might even extend this deep slate up to kind of encapsulate that sand in there. Yeah, there we go. That is looking quite nice. Obviously, we'll get some plants and stuff on top of that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to repeat the process 2 more times on these ones, and then I'll just copy and paste these and rotate them around and paste them in a bunch of different spots. So yeah, let's get bloody to it. All right, so there we have it. That is our podiums done and added in. I'm pretty happy with how those have turned out. Once again, taking another look at the reference here, we also have these little areas that kind of are like plateaus, I guess. Like they're areas that kind of snake out and then flatten off. And so we can actually really easily do this with the elevate tool here. We just simply select an area that we want to kind of extend out like this. And I might actually increase the rate a bit here just so this doesn't take all bloody day. We also want to set this to frickin' flatten. There we go. And then we can just select this and just extend this out like so. However far we want it to be a little bit thicker and a little bit more rounded at the end there, and bang, there we have it. Could maybe get another one over here as well, and maybe over here too. Oh yeah, this is gonna look so good. I'm already so happy with how this is turning out so far. Freaking hell, man, that's beautiful. All right, so that's gonna do it for our little like sticky outy snaky bits. Next, what we need to do is grab the painter tool once again and just paint a bunch of deep slate onto the sides of these, just to make sure that it mimics our reference nicely. And we'll just kind of blend that in with the rest of the landscape there. I'm just gonna, once again, continue doing this for the rest of these, so just give me a second. Okay, there's all of our sticky addy bits. Dude, that is looking so good already. I love that. It's like, I don't know, like you never see this in Minecraft, just like these little like structures underwater. It looks so good. What's bloody next, okay? I reckon that red grass. Let's try and imitate that with some coral. Now, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to do this with the water here. So what I might do actually is set the tick speed. I'm gonna set it to 0. That way our coral isn't gonna die when we place it down. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get the painter tool. We're gonna set it to, what's the red coral? Fire coral, there we go. And so we're just gonna paint strips of this. Oh, this is gonna look so good. I'm not even gonna kizzy cap on a fucking stack right now, dude. Oh my god, this is gonna look perfect. All right, so we're gonna get strips of these, kind of mimicking that reference once again. Maybe some bigger areas of it over here. They seem to congregate quite a bit on top of these like little peninsula thingies. All right, that is looking pretty awesome. I definitely do want to get a couple of splotches on the tops of each of these podium thingamajigs. So let me quickly add a bunch of these in. Okay, now with that done, what we should be able to do is grab our tool mask out once again. All right, so we've got our mask set up here. I've got my noise painter brush over here. And so I'm just going to turn the scale down a little bit. I kind of want like big splotches, maybe like that kind of size there. Let's just see how that looks in this area. Bang. Oh my god, that looks so lush and awesome. I love that. That looks insanely good. Okay, that's freaking perfect. Except for the fact that these are... I don't know what's going on with these, brother. Oh, it's because it's... That's why. It's because it's the one that's supposed to be attached onto the side of something. We want to remove that one. Yeah. Now let's see how that looks there. Oh yeah, that looks so good. With those like bigger splotches, that looks insanely good. All right, now what we should be able to do is just come all the way out here, get an overview of our biome. I'm going to set this freaking thing massive, and we're just going to go bang, 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 paint over absolutely everything here. And it's done. That quick and easily. Holy crap. Let's head down and have a freaking gander at this area. Oh my god, dude. That looks so awesome. That looks incredible. I love it. Now, there are also little splotches of seagrass and stuff in some areas, not like, you know, how it's red here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my mask here to sand instead of, you know, the red crap. And I'm going to change this to seagrass and this one to tall seagrass. I'm just going to paint these little splotches of green around the place as well. It's also just going to introduce a little bit of, you know, contrast to all of the red everywhere. And now, along with these splotches, I do think it would look quite nice to get a little bit of just scattered stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get some water in here. We're gonna increase that quite a bit, and then that's gonna kind of give us a brush like that. And then when we go ahead and paint this in, it's just gonna give us scattered seagrass and stuff. And I think that'll look good. It'll just give a little bit more life in between all of this random crap, just so it isn't just plain nice bloody sand. Let's take a look at that. Oh my god, that looks incredible. I'm not gonna lie. Now, it's not really thalassophobia-y. I'm not gonna lie. It's not scary. I mean, in the game, it's a little bit scary because it's really deep, but this isn't really deep. But still, it is pretty vast and open, which is definitely one of the criteria of thalassophobia. It's very open. So honestly, I think job well done. I'm not gonna lie, okay, boys and girls? I'm sorry once again. I love how this turned out. These little patches of red, the podiums with red on top. Oh my god, it looks so good, okay? This is by far my favorite build of all of them. I'm so happy with how this turned out. All right, and so that is just about going to do it for all 5 of the Thalassophobia builds I wanted to do in this video. Be sure to leave a comment down below with your favorite one. And if you want to watch me build some more phobia related stuff, I've got 2 megalophobia videos. So go check out the first one right here on the screen. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.